right, mate. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on ZRX daily chart? It was already started here on the weekly, so I'll just kind of go through that. Normally, when you get these low-laying red 200 moving averages and the white 100 moving average dropping down like this can eventually be bullish. Now, it can take time, but when price eventually gets above there, it usually supports price and this moves up. Usually has a big move up. I think we've went through many examples in the watch list channel or the long-term accumulation channel, but these low-laying red 200 moving averages can be very good. At this point, we can see there that there is a weekly bearish stop on, right? And they don't mean the world. They don't mean everything at this point. For example, we got one here, and you can see that it pushed through it. In when the market is attempting to be bullish, it can get these stop-ons and then push through them. So just because we have that, it doesn't mean it can't go higher. But the rejection is quite substantial so far on the weekly. There's only 1 day left. Sorry, I said that wrong. There's only 1 day gone in the week, and it's already done that. So I don't think I would be buying here. This is also a bearish 2-week stop hunt, and we've now pulled right back. I think there's a possibility that this is setting it up. Like, there's 13 days left. There's 13 days left, and this has already had a bearish 2-week stop hunt. So you have to think that it's kind of setting itself up for a little bit of downside. Maybe this could flip red. It's already got rejected, and maybe it wants to flip red. So I have to put that warning out there at this point. There is a possibility that this has a long time to recover, and maybe it could recover and go higher. Okay, but it needs to stay green, right? It'll have to stay green here on the 2-week. So if we flip down to the daily chart now, in these sort of bull trends, say here for example, this was above the white 100, which is technically more bullish. This is attempting to get above the white 100, so it's not there yet, but we are below all these moving averages. If this was to be bearish from here, say if we had a bearish red 3-month candle for example, it could be a similar situation to here, where you get these wicks up and then it fails and you drop back below. Once you drop back below it, you're stuck below the moving averages. So we are kind of in a precarious situation where a lot of the market has been bullish from here, right? A lot of the market is actually popping up and getting these moves and popping right up here and up into these areas. So we do need to be reactive here. I would wait until tomorrow. It's up 3% today, 3.5% almost, and if this is going to be strong, well, it's likely to be strong tomorrow and actually move up off this level. So the weekly is probably going to hold. And if it does this for a day and pops up, well, then it may actually start to recover. And then on a new week, next week, it could actually pop up higher. So it's just dropped again there. There is an element to say that this is an opportunity, but it's kind of a precarious one. You need to be careful. Like, see here, when you get rejections here, you have all of these moving averages to support the price. Here, any rejection at all and you're below all moving averages, that's dangerous. Okay, that's not very good. That's kind of like here, if you break down below it and you get a big dump. Okay, so that's kind of where we're sitting at. Any dump at all and you're below averages, and it could drop. So trying to get long, you need to be careful. A small dip and a flip green on a new day, it may be worth a long. It's extremely choppy here, so you got to be careful. Like I mentioned earlier, I think it was in this video, but a lot of coins have been trying to get inside the white 100, and then all of a sudden out of the blue they get this big wick, or sorry, big candle popping up inside it, and then a lot of times you dip back into it and you can actually consolidate bullishly. So at this point, this is fading. Well, it's flipping green there again, but it's failing so far. Is this a test pump? Right? Is that a bit of a test pump? You get a dip back down before chopping about, and then this test pump level pops up again. That's what can happen in test pumps. Sometimes you get a test pump, they drop it down, they start accumulating here before getting the real move. Now it's not identical, but XRP here, you can see there's this sort of test pump right here. It took out the previous highs. So when you take out the previous highs, you want to see it pull back and create a higher low. And from that higher low there, then you can break up. Okay, and that test pump here, they were probably testing the waters, and then bring it back down and accumulate, and well, we see what happened. But here it's kind of ZIL is kind of the same as you know, it's sitting on the edge of the moving averages. Any move down you could break below them, but it doesn't break below them. When it's bullish it can hold and push higher. I meant to say ZRX, not ZIL. So you know, I think at this point we have to respect the rejection, but you know, watch carefully on a new day potentially to see if this can hold up. I do think that the rejection is bad, and there probably should be some downside before getting that move, right? I think that that's the way it's going to play out. To be a little bit more like here, rejection, rejection, rejection. You get a bit of a pullback, and then you get the real move. You get this move up, you get the pullback to stop on this level probably, and then you get the real move. I think that's probably the way it's going to play out.